Hi, my name is Elizabeth Root. Today we're going to be doing a really beautiful evening look. It's an Emerald Green Smokey Eye. The way that it's done is quite wearable and easy to achieve. So keep on watching and let's get started. So we've just gotten her skin all moisturized and beautiful. We filled in her brows and now let's start on her eyes. Today we're going to be doing a green smoky eye. A really beautiful emerald green, and I'm really excited about it. A lot of people do smoky eyes and they just turn to charcoal or gold, and I think there's a lot more options. So let's get started. I'm going to be using as her eyeshadow primer, it's the Decay eyeshadow primer. This comes in a lot of shades these days, but this is just the original. And I'm going to buff that all over the lid. It's going to help everything stay put, blend well, not crease. The colors are more vibrant when you use a primer. Just makes a really big difference. I feel like face primers you can kind of get away with skipping, but eyeshadow primer makes such a difference. I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Ultra Stick Foundation. This is a newer one, and I've got a range of shades here, so let's use it as concealer and foundation. I'm going to be using just a fluffy Real Techniques brush. And just kind of buffing that over the brow bone. Making sure it's not too thick. You don't want it to change your eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to go back with that paddle brush and make sure it's nice and sheer. And since we did this concealer, I'm going to do a little skin color tatter over the top of that. Let's go with her highlight for today. Today with the highlight I'm going to be doing Lightscapade. This is a MAC Mineralize skin finish. I've seen it on a lot of different skin tones. It looks a little too light, but it actually is beautiful on a lot of different ranges. So this one is going to be used on her high cheekbones as well as her eyes. Going all over the lid just to kind of set everything I just did. For her highlight in her tear duct area, I'm going to be using a Christian Dior palette. This one is Effects de Perle, and it's hard to see, they all might look white in the camera, but this one comes off blue, pink, green, and gold, and this one's white. And it's a really pretty, like, opalescence. So I'm going to be doing the green right in this inner corner. And it's just such a stunning highlight. I might end up using this on her lid as well for the look. So it's just nice and sheer, which is beautiful. I like when you can see through and see skin still. Yeah, let's use this kind of onto the lid as well. So then I'm going to take Makeup Forever. I don't recall the shade, but we'll put it in the link below. And it's this neutral matte transition shade. We're going to be going in with the 224 just to give us something to blend our green into. Just a little shading in the back. I kind of like the warmer tones with greens as well. I think it makes it look a lot better than doing cool tones. You look less like a mermaid and more like a Grecian goddess or something. So, yep, just doing that right through the center of the eye. Same on the other side. Alright. Now I'm going to take this beautiful green color. This one's called Humid from MAC. This is actually one of the first eyeshadows I ever got at MAC in like junior high. This is a new one, don't worry. But it's just such a beautiful color, I couldn't resist it. I'm going to take that down near the lash line. And I think I'm going to build like a cooler brown out in this corner. I kind of want to buff that through the center into that Dior green. You can also do a neutral lid and do a little green on the bottom as well. That can be really beautiful. If a full-on green shadow is intimidating to you, I think that's a good baby step into wearing a little more color on your eyes. So you can go in with a green liner or use a small brush with your shadow. So when you're doing any smoky techniques, you're kind of pushing the color in near the lashes and slowly blowing it out. You just want it to look softer and softer as it's diffused outwards. So fluffy brushes are your friend. A flat one is going to put a lot of product in one spot. So that might be good for right close to the lash line, but you wouldn't want to use it to do any blending. And I really want the screen to pop, so I'm kind of putting a little bit more right here in the center, just to give it a little more intensity. So now I'm going to be taking this cool brown shade. It's called Brun. It's B-R-U-N. It's really great because you can use it with warmer tones and cooler tones. It's like the all-around favorite. Also, if you have dark brown hair, it's a really wonderful eyebrow tone. So you can kind of use some of these shadows in your brows, depending on your hair color. So I just want to deepen the outer corner of the eye so the green doesn't fall flat. It'll smudge and smoke into this brown color, and it's just beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with that 224 fluffy brush and make sure you hide those edges. So I'm going to take this liner. This is one of my favorites. It's called Minted. Sometimes I'll even do this one in the waterline with a really natural makeup. Look up for me. If you do it really gently and don't pack it on, it's the perfect color to take down redness if you had a long night of sleep. So if you look at that, it's just really, really natural. If I keep going, it's going to get really vibrant. But this is one of my tricks if I'm a little puffy and red-eyed. Is Minted Eye Kohl by MAC. This one's just so beautiful. For this look, I'm going to make it a little more exciting though, and just run it a little bit under the lash line as well. So I think with her hooded eye, I want to leave the green without liner because then we can see the full impact of the color. So I'm going to go in with mascara now and finish off the eye, and then we can move on to her skin. For this, I'm going to be using the MAC Mineralize mascara. Look down for me. You definitely can do a little eyeliner, and I think with a bigger lid space, I think you can go to town if that's your style. But I really love just the bare, simple look of just mascara sometimes. I think it lets you appreciate the eyeshadow more. It's so beautiful. I actually really like this with your eye color too. It's pulling out some green. I'm going to use my Ambient lighting palette just for the under eye area. Just to make sure that doesn't move, but it's going to keep that beautiful shine. I want this to be a really glowy look, but I also don't want her to look sweaty or anything, so I think this over most of the face will work, and then I'll do a little bit of blotting powder around the nose and chin. These powders create a really pretty soft focus. It just looks like you're under good lighting all the time. Who doesn't love that? So I'm mixing these top two. The one in the center has a lot more sheen, so I usually just use that as a bolder highlight. This is looking gorgeous. I'm going to use that Lightscapade we used on her brow bone and just up that cheekbone highlight just a bit. And I like that this is really smooth. It doesn't have any sparkle or grittiness to it. Just makes the skin just so gorgeous. So I'm going to just do one last step, just setting that in the T-zone, and then she is good to go. We're going to be using her Too Faced Primed and Poreless powder. This is a translucent one as well, just to kind of take down shine right in the T-zone. Perfect. And there we have a green smoky eye. Not too bold. I think it's just right. Looks gorgeous on her. Thank you for watching.